Ben and Ella's Secret Garden Adventure. In a small, quiet town, there lived two adventurous siblings named Ben and Ella. Ben, the older brother, was 10, with a love for puzzles and solving mysteries. Ella, his younger sister, was 8, with bright, sparkling eyes and a heart full of curiosity. Together, they loved to explore, often turning their ordinary days into exciting adventures. One warm summer afternoon, while playing in their grandmother's backyard, Ella noticed something unusual. Hidden behind a tall hedge at the very back of the garden was a rusty iron gate that neither of them had ever seen before. Ben, come here, Ella called, pointing at the gate. Look what I found. Ben ran over, his eyes widening at the sight. Whoa, I've never seen that gate before. Do you think it leads somewhere? Only one way to find out, Ella said with a grin. The gate creaked as they pushed it open, revealing a narrow, winding path covered in overgrown ivy and wildflowers. The path seemed to disappear into the trees at the far end of the yard. This looks like a secret garden, Ella whispered excitedly. Let's explore. Ben nodded, and the two siblings stepped through the gate, their hearts pounding with excitement. The path twisted and turned through thick bushes and colorful flowers they had never seen before. It felt like they were walking into a completely different world. After a short walk, the path opened up into the most beautiful hidden garden they had ever seen. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and sunlight filtered through the tall trees, casting a golden glow over everything. In the center of the garden was a small, sparkling pond surrounded by glowing flowers and large, flat stones. This place is magical, Ella exclaimed, spinning around in awe. How did we not know this was here? Ben, always the thinker, noticed something strange. There were engraved stones lining the pond, each with mysterious symbols carved into them. These symbols look like a puzzle, Ben said, crouching down to examine the stones. I bet they're hiding something. Ella knelt beside him, her eyes shining with excitement. Do you think there's a treasure here? Ben grinned. Maybe. Let's see if we can figure it out. The two siblings worked together, studying the symbols and trying to decode the mystery. Each symbol seemed to point to something in the garden. One looked like a tree, another like a flower, and another like the pond itself. As they matched the symbols to things in the garden, something incredible happened. The flowers near the pond began to glow brighter, and the water in the pond shimmered with golden light. I think we're close, Ella said, her voice filled with excitement. Suddenly, they heard a soft humming sound, and at the center of the pond, a small, sparkling box rose from the water. The box was glowing with the same golden light as the flowers, and it floated gently toward them, landing on one of the flat stones. Ben and Ella stared in awe at the box. We did it, Ben said, hardly believing what they were seeing. We solved the puzzle. Ella reached out and carefully opened the box. Inside, they found something even more magical than they had imagined, a tiny crystal key and a note. The note read, "To those who find this key, the secret garden is now yours to keep. With kindness in your hearts and curiosity in your minds, you will unlock the wonders of this special place. Use the key wisely, and the garden will always bloom." Ella and Ben exchanged wide-eyed looks, their hearts full of wonder. "This garden belongs to us now," Ella whispered, holding the key carefully in her hand. "We're the keepers of the secret garden." From that day on, the secret garden became their special place. They spent their summer afternoons exploring its hidden corners, discovering new flowers that bloomed with each kind deed they did. The garden seemed to grow and change with them, always offering new mysteries and treasures to uncover. And as the seasons changed, Ben and Ella promised to protect the garden's magic, knowing that as long as they took care of it and each other, the secret garden would continue to bloom forever.